Good morning, everyone. Welcome to day 4 of our block 2. Today, we will talk about assessment task 2 of the unit called Lead Difficult Conversation, BSBCMM412. That's the unit code. Very good morning, everyone. So please write your student name, student number. I'm asking Karina to fetch that. It's there. I don't have it, but it's there. Yeah? My name, I can write that for you if you wish. The assessment due date, I already have jotted down for you, 18th of September, on or before 18th of September, and the date you are submitting, your signature, and when you are signing. Okay. Basic instruction. This task requires you to demonstrate the skills and knowledge requirement to prepare, facilitate, and lead difficult conversation, including what you should do, adapt delivery style and tone according to the mood of conversation. Remember, we have covered certain question based on this in our assessment task 1, yeah, the mood and a tone. Okay, then understand and react to relevant personnel using conviction and empathy. Again, this has been covered, and that was the reason they are there in AT1. Okay, that's fine. It's an open book assessment, so you can provide help, you can seek help, but all work must be your own work. This is all standard, nothing new here. This is new. Appendix 1 is a case study. Appendix 2 are the policy procedure. Appendix 3 is a note or agenda template. Appendix 4 is a conversation preparation. When it says case study, obviously you have a room to include your own workplace. So either you add your workplace or you do it for your the given case study. Okay. And policy procedure of this SIM, I think it's the right just been. Yeah. Okay. This is all standard. This is all standard. Nothing new. Let's come here. Okay. So this is getting a bit tricky, so please pay attention. It's been divided into 3 sections, 3 stages. This assessment task is to be completed based on your workplace or using the simulated workplace provided. In this assessment, you are to prepare for 2 difficult conversations. That's why I have it in red. In a real or a simulated workplace with 2 different participants or groups by producing a meeting note or agenda and any additional supporting material. So 2 conversation, 2 participants, okay, or 2 groups. Before you commence this task, you are required to identify 2 scenarios for which difficult conversation is needed. If you do not have a workplace, you can use Appendix 1 case study given to you. What else you should do? Identify 2 participants who will be involved in this assessment. It can be either students, colleague, some family members, some friend. I'm getting submission where the difficult conversation is with kids. That's fine. Yeah, it's perfect. Yeah, as long as they can behave professionally and speak decent English. Yeah. So my kid is not eligible. Yeah. You're too young for that. Yeah. I can have difficult conversation, but it will be one way. Okay. That's fine. Determine the type of meeting best suited for the conversation. It could be one-on-one conversation. You can use the note template. You can have a video. I mean, you are obviously submitting the video recording, right? But you can have a video conference with your colleague as well. Okay. Be familiar with Appendix 1, 2, 3, 4. The marking criteria, which again, it's there on My Village, and I will share with you as well. During this assessment, you are required to complete following stages. Identify the conversation requirement, identify and develop relevant content, and seek feedback from relevant personnel. Submit your assessment by submitting conversation preparation, email seeking feedback, copy of your notes, copy of the updated notes with feedback changes and supporting documentation. Okay. This is about preparation. You are not conducting the difficult conversation now. You are just preparing for it. The conversation will happen in task 3. Okay? Stage 1. Identify the requirement. As we said here, there are 3 stages: identify requirement, identify and develop the content, and seek feedback. You must identify 2 situations for which a difficult conversation is required and the people with whom you would have this conversation. 2 situations, obviously 2 people. Yeah, you should undertake some research into the specific needs of this conversation, including any requirement of support. You must select the most appropriate template for the meeting. It's given to you, Appendix 3. Yeah. If you do not have a workplace, or if you choose to use Appendix 1, that case study is provided and policy procedure is provided. Okay, that's fine. I mean, if you need to use your own workplace, I will need the policy procedure for communication, right? And all this detail mentioned here. Document your finding in section 1, appendix 3 in the notes or the agenda template. You will select the template that best suits the conversation. Complete 1 copy of the template for each of the 2 conversations that will take place. You will need to complete the conversation purpose, a summary, invitee, who is there in a conversation, date of the meeting, location of the meeting, including any equipment, digital technology like laptop, projector, headphone, whatever. Yeah. You will submit your fully completed Appendix 3 in stage 3 of this appendix on the assessment. So this is all about the identification. You identify 2 people, you are identifying 2 situations using Appendix 3. So let's quickly review Appendix 3. Yeah, and then we'll come back to stage 2. Sorry, I'm just making it tiny. I was always planning to add a hyperlink to appendix, but so far it hasn't happened. Okay, meeting note or agenda template. Use this template where the planned conversation is less formal, for example, a one-to-one conversation, to record main topics of the conversation and actions to be taken. You must complete both section and all fields of the template, right? And write NA where it's not applicable. Meeting notes. I just gave an example of performance issue. You can write the relevant date. Yeah, for example, 26/8/22, whatever time, room 3, Kawamani building or APTC building. Yeah. Who is the manager? Who is the invitee? Then section 2, what is the key issue? I mean, this is just example. Yeah, you don't have to copy all this. Yeah. Okay. If you want, I can delete all that because it just shouldn't create any confusion. This is fairly simple. What is the key topic? For example, delay of timely submission. Contributor, you can write some more, not applicable. Some, okay, so if my topic was delay of timely report submission, my discussion point could be the following: even though provided enough training, still running behind in a timely submission of the report. Laziness is the biggest factor, influenced by wrong mentor and detrimental performance for the last quarter. Yeah, so this is what you can discuss with the person whom you are having difficult conversation with. Then any decision required, any support materials, right? That was for more informal, less formal, or more informal template. This is the following is given for more formal, where you are addressing maybe someone senior in experience, right? More formal. Contribute time allocated activity decision required supporting agenda item 2 agenda item 3. Yeah, there's a simple template to use. That's all appendix 3. Okay, we'll come to Appendix 4 when required. Okay. Before you plan the content, next section is identify and develop relevant content. Before you plan the content, you decide to make some notes in the preparation. Complete Appendix 4. Use your research, any policy procedure and context of the conversation to choose the delivery and communication style and identify relevant content and support material for each of the two conversations. Okay, so here you are developing the content. Carry out the difficult conversation planning and document your response in Appendix 4. Document a summary of the key issue and everything in Appendix 3, which we already seen that. Gather, document, or develop required supporting material, including your own notes to follow the conversation. Right? You need to present all the information as per the policy procedure, including at the minimum. So you must include that failure to maintain privacy, consistent use of language formatting, logical, clear, easy to follow breakdown of information, heading, subheading. It should be consistent, right? You can't have some Arial, sometimes some will not have cursiva or Calibri font, right? I mean, you can have two at most that, okay, heading is different and the content is different. Yeah, not more than that. Document is professional and is free from any spellings or grammar error. You will submit your completed Appendix 3, Appendix 4 in stage 3 of the assessment. Okay. Stage 3, seek feedback. Before you are ready to invite the participant to the conversation, you must seek feedback from HR and your manager on your conversation content. You should write the subject line as feedback on a planned difficult conversation with whatever person. You will write a different email for each of the two subject of difficult conversation. So again, 2 email has to be sent. You must include copies of emails with your final submission. Attach a copy of completed conversation preparation, meeting notes, and supporting documentation and content of the email. Remember, you should include a list of the attachment within the email, so take a look and confirm they received the relevant information. Yeah. That's fine. That's fine. Remember to ask question, confirm the objective of the conversation, seek feedback, and clarify any information. Okay. I can act as an HR or your manager, or to speed up the process, you can have some dummy manager whom you are seeking feedback with, yeah, or your real manager as well. They will receive your email and attachment and will provide you feedback about conversation content. Ensure you book a time with me to review your preparation before you submit complete assessment. That's fine. I will suggest all that. So this is all simple thing. Yeah. After the feedback, make adjustment as needed in the notes or agenda. I might say, oh, you were lacking some confidence or you're lacking some empathy. Then you will, improve based on a feedback. Yeah. Submit both versions of your final and amended. I mean, the initial and the final one. Yeah. To complete this task, you must submit 2 conversation preparation, 2 email seeking feedback, copy of completed notes or agenda, 2 of them, a copy of updated notes or template, 2 of them, and supporting documentation. Okay. Now, let me go to Appendix 4, first of all, and then we'll go to Appendix. This is Appendix 4, difficult conversation. Conversation 1, I should write performance issue, for example. Yeah. Identify the stakeholder. For example, I'm having conversation with Frank. Yeah. Outline how you will observe the legislative requirement by being clear, allowing more time, observing the changes after meeting in a 4 weeks time or course of practice. Yeah. Outline the management of confidential information. Following the privacy policy, meeting documents would be shared with the HR department only. Delivery style can be direct, can be assertive, outline the planned communication style, how you will commence the difficult conversation, right? For allowing Frank to express his view of your performance, then following with the data performance and the peer performance record of the past performance record. Okay, key areas that you will address, identify the areas that cause the objection and rebutts. Explanation of Frank because of XYZ reason, Frank is trying to say that, right? Outline the strategies to seek feedback from them, getting it checked from my manager. And same thing for conversation 2. Yeah, so this is your appendix 4. Okay, now I want you guys to read appendix 1. Okay, can everyone get, okay, what I should do, just copy this much and share you the file of appendix 1. I'm just picking up that appendix 1. Okay, I just shared one file. Okay, please go through that file, have a bit of a read, and then we'll discuss. This is if you wanted to follow appendix 1 as a case study. Yeah, spend about 10 minutes reviewing that document. Yeah. Okay. Back to appendix 1. Did everyone get a chance? Did everyone get a chance to read appendix 1? The appendix 1 was mostly to give you some indication of what's happening with this righteous coffee bean. Yeah. You will use this only if you are selecting this case study. Otherwise, you don't have to worry about this one. Okay. You will do it only if you are selecting this case study. But, you know, like you are talking about that the sales has declined, the digital presence is a bit less, you know, you're in a cost cutting in terms of the staff and physical location and some restructure, you know, 15 staff members will be redundant. One of them is Ian Brown. Yeah, I wanted to have a feel of it, you know, before I discuss that, who has been really good for a couple of years. And now you are he is one of the team members who would be made redundant. Alistair is one of them, 14 other staff, you know, employment contract. So you can select one of these situations. I mean, if you are selecting your workplace, you have to select your workplace for both of them. If you are selecting this one, then you have to select both of this. Yeah. As I said, you can choose any of the conversation arising from any aspect of change. You can use additional details such as name, employment history, qualification. You can draw conclusion about policy, procedure, protocol, and everything. Yeah. And Appendix 2 is all about policy procedures. So from this page, what is this page number? 11 until very many pages until this one, 26. 11 to 26 is all Appendix 2 about policy procedure, HR policy procedure and all that. Yeah. So ignore Appendix 1 and 2 if you are selecting your workplace. But if you are selecting this righteous bin, then everything is relevant. Up to you guys. Okay. That was it. This task is preparation for the conversation. The next task will be actual conversation. Yeah. So just follow this and then you will not miss out anything. Yeah. I will share the marking criteria and this updated document with red font in the chat for everyone to have a look. Yeah. Please share it with your mates. Anyone you know that is not here or has left it temporarily or is coming back or whatever. Yeah. Any questions? Ferris, all good? Michael, sir, Peter? Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you, Julius.